Hello my dear students. Today I am going to teach you chapter 4 of history. The topic is the Delhi Sultanate. The Delhi Sultanate was an Islamic empire based in Delhi that stretched over large parts of the Indian subcontinent for 320 years between 1206 and 1526. Before that, I want to explain some points regarding Turks. Let's start. Number one point, the reasons behind the Turkish inroads in India. The absence of political unity, social divisions, and moral degeneration of the Hindus, and the superiority of the Turks in military organization, skill, and resources were responsible for the success of the Turks in India. Smaller Islamic states that emerged after the disintegration of the Abbasid Empire had very weak economic base. The main source of their income was plunder of the neighboring territories. The Turks of Central Asia were one of those who saw this dwindling power as an opportunity. They established themselves as powerful conquerors. Second point, who were the Turks? The Turks were the nomadic tribes of Central Asia who had been converted to Islam. They established trade relations with India. Third point, the first Turkish invasions to India. Mahmud Ghazni was the first invader who stormed the mountain passes of the north to set up a kingdom in India. The Indian subcontinent was the richest land on the trade route between Italy and China. It was certainly a land worth exploring. Control over the Indian subcontinent would mean control over the trade route. Point 4. The emergence of Delhi as the seat of power. The emergence of Delhi as the seat of power under the Sultanate is a significant event in the history of the Indian subcontinent. This was the inception of Muslim rule in India. Muslim rule brought with greater unity as well as cultural diversity, which became a fundamental feature of the Indian culture. The Muslim influence contributed in the advancement of art, architecture, music, literature, and religion. It introduced a centralized government and a well disciplined and skilled army. Fifth point, the impact of invasions on the history of India. Mahmud Sultan of Ghazni is remembered throughout history for his military achievements. He invaded India 17 times between 1001 and 1027 CE and plundered the rich cities of India. His interests were economic rather than political. He is remembered in Indian history as a plunderer and an iconoclast. He desecrated the temple of Somnath and carried away a huge booty from India. His raids exposed the political weakness of India and weakened the economy of India. The arrival of Muslim saints called Sufis paved the way for greater Hindus-Muslims interaction. Mahmud of Ghazni did not want to build an empire in India. Sixth point, the foundation of a Muslim empire in India. The foundation of the Muslim empire in India was laid by Muhammad Ghori. After the death of Mahmud Ghazni, the Ghoris eventually captured his stronghold. In 1173 CE, Ghor declared its independence from Ghazni and Muhammad turned towards India to expand his empire. By 1190 CE, he had taken over Punjab and Sindh. The most powerful ruler of Ajmer and Delhi was Prithviraj Chauhan, and he wanted to extend his control over Punjab. In 1191 CE, Prithviraj defeated Muhammad of Ghor in the first battle of Tarain. Muhammad returned to Ghor and came back in 1192 CE to defeat and kill the Rajput ruler in the Second Battle of Tarain. After this, Muhammad Ghori captured Delhi, Ajmer, Banaras, and Kannauj. Muhammad did not stay on in India but left his trusted slave and General Qutbuddin Aibak to manage his territories in India. That's all for today. Now students, in the next session I will tell you about 5 successive dynasties ruled from Delhi and all the rulers who were called sultans. Stay safe. Thank you.